Good morning, pregame crew. It is Monday, January 29th, 2024, 6:24 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:24 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning. Welcome to my friends. Let's do an audio-visual check, and I'll say hello. Hey, Shake and Bake, Hector, Steven, Marvin, Greg. Hey, Topher. Hey, Rob, Fat N, Shambu, Andre, Omar, Vince, Luzmar, Spaceballs. Hey, Sam, we're glad you're back. Hey, Paula, Mal, Bowtie. Thank you for being with us, Chris. Hey, Keggers. Hey, the other Chris, Tess, Jahan. Perfect Night Truck. Thank you. Hey, awesome. Success. Let's go up to the top. I'll take a few chart requests, get my brain warmed up, get it off weekend time on the weekday time, get the brain and mouth synced. All right. First chart request looks like it's success. ENPH. ENPH, we're looking for a potential weekly high or low compared to 95.20. A monthly lower high is the more likely scenario, potential bear flag. Daily downtrend, week inside bar Friday. 4 hour is sideways. I'd be a much more comfortable bear on this on bounces versus a bull with that monthly formation. Weekly high or low is the only time frame that's out of sync with monthly and daily. We are looking for a weekly high or low. So a conservative bear is waiting for the weekly lower high to short. What's up, Nathan? Hey, Mark, Vince, Roku. Yeah, this looks like a 3-month bear flag. Just seeing these tiny higher highs without follow through made me go look at the higher time frame. On the weekly chart, we're looking for that weekly high or low. We need to get through 94.90 in order to set that weekly high or low. This looks like a daily inverse head and shoulders. Sure does. So we're looking for a daily high or low. Got an hourly squeeze. I could get behind this. Long against 88.55 on that daily inverse head and shoulders. As we're looking for a weekly high or low, for sure I could get behind that long idea. I like it. Love the squeeze. You're welcome, Success. Tesla. I go over Tesla every day. They have two, I think, board members. I'm not really sure. I did not research who these people are, but Bloomberg made it sound like Tesla's Baglino plans to sell this, Denholm plans to sell this, SVP. So I guess Chair Denholm and SVP. Okay, so one's a chair and one is a senior vice president. They're selling Tesla. That doesn't help Tesla and its overall situation right now. With this potential 12-hour bear flag does not help. I just want you to look at, or to see what I'm looking at. See, this is why I get on early. Mouth, brain, sync up. From the low of January 3rd, 23 to the high of July, we've retraced about 60% of that move. The golden pocket is around I want you to show me 170.93. So 0.618 is 177.25 and the golden pocket is 170.93. We may find a bounce area around 170.93. I'm keeping this on my chart. But overall bounces are for shorting until bears prove otherwise. Or bulls prove otherwise, I should say. Baba. Hang Seng was green overnight. We're struggling here at the daily 50 MA. You know, I was looking yesterday, not to digress from Baba, but I was like, look at PDD. How did this stock escape all of the China heaviness? On any positive China news, I think PDD is the name to go along. My goodness. Or is it over its skis? I don't know. Struggling at the daily 50 MA. Plenty of room for a daily high or low. Gap down here at 68.74. We're testing Friday's high of 74.72. Support at 73.82. Bulls are trying to get something going. Struggling at the daily 50 MA. Got 25 seconds till we start the show. GDHG, this looks pretty bad. Dilution, most likely, not a good look. Careful, careful. What's the volume on this? Yeah, 377,000. One account in TCG could move this around. This is so small. I don't know if it has anything to do with gold. Big, looks like it. Big dilution. Careful, careful. Dangerous name. All right, let's get this show on the road. Without further ado, good morning. This is who I am, Charkow Lori. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, at Charkow Lori, that'd be awesome. Excuse me, on X. I'm a boomer. One day I'll remember to say X instead of Twitter. Check us out at chartguys.com. What we do at Chart Guys is we teach technical analysis. And what I do here every morning is I go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers, and shakers of the day. This is my handy dandy table that helps me communicate to you in English, which I know that's not my first language, it's country redneck. But overall, we're looking more bullish than bearish. VIX is gapping up. We have the 3 soldiers that were killed in Jordan over the weekend, causing a little bit of unrest, caused a spike or contributed to a spike in oil, and it's contributing to a spike in VIX. Dollar is strong. Those two things don't add up with everything else. When things don't add up, I kind of highlight them in this Tiffany blue color just to kind of jump out at me. Definitely Apple and Tesla are also not matching up. SMH should have been green. 1 second, I need to check my work. I may have hit that in error. 1 second. No, it's below the EMAs. I'm going to uncheck that and not check either. Okay. All right, now it's correct, I think. Let me make sure. Yeah. XLE is strong with that oil move up. Oil is moving down currently, though. We're back in the red on oil. So I have my notes off screen for Queen of the Mountain trades. I copy and paste those for TCG members when I am done. Overall, we got a big week. We got JOLTS tomorrow. That is a big, big piece of econ data. We have ADP non-farm payrolls on Wednesday. And on Friday, we have, Wednesday, FOMC interest rate decision, jobless claims on Thursday, and we have non-farm payrolls on Friday. If that was not enough, if we were not just like bored out of our mind, which we're not, nope, that's not it. Trying to find my pinned message. Did I not pin it? We have Amazon earnings, Apple, Meta, Google, AMD, huge week of earnings. All right, let's start out with ES. Good morning, Jill. All right, so I have added an indicator to my chart, which I have not updated my indicator PDF, and it just keeps me from manually marking up the open, close, and high and low of day of the prior day and the close of the prior day. And that is called 4C, and it is made by 4C. So it should be pretty easy to find on TradingView. And here's the low of Friday. Here's the high of Friday. And this is the closing price, the blue line. Closing is more important than open. The saying goes that amateurs open the market and professionals close it. I have found the closing number to be pretty important. So as you can see, we're hovering right over that right now in a little bit of an EQ pattern on ES on the 4-hour sideways action, squeezing nonetheless, cooling off RSI, consolidating in time versus price. That is bullish. NASDAQ is giving up a lot of its green. We're holding the 4-hour 50 RSI. We are squeezing sideways. There is nothing wrong with this chart hovering above Friday's close. RTY is a little bit weaker. We're testing Friday's close from below right now. Hourly EQ. Dow has been a little bit weaker. We're below Friday's close, and we're in an hourly EQ. So right now, we're opening up right where bulls would actually like for it to open. Gap ups are harder to maintain. It's easier to open up closer to the high of the prior day and then take it higher once the market opens. Gap ups, bears like to pounce on gap ups because they have a key target. So overall, this is, and y'all are going to get sick of me saying this week, this is going to be a hurry up and wait game because we have jolts tomorrow. We have, dang it, why can't I find that earnings? I didn't pin it. That's not like me. Just give me 1 second and I'll find it. Here it is. So tomorrow after close, we have Microsoft, AMD, and Google. So it's a hurry up and wait for jolts tomorrow, plus these big earnings. And then Wednesday, FOMC. And then Thursday, Apple, Amazon, Meta. What could happen with those three major events back to back? It could look something like this. Where we go sideways into tomorrow, we spike up, we give it all back, we EQ out, and then we spike up again. Basically, what I'm saying is we have the potential for whippy action with important data points coming out on different days. So most of your premiums on your options will be juiced. So please be careful if you're an options buyer. You're going to be paying up most likely because of all of these volatile events, because we're expecting volatility to be incoming. So it'll be priced in those options. Speaking of volatility, we're up here near the 4-hour high, 1410. We've been unable to get through it. I'm going to set alert. I want to know if we approach it. And I was thinking Friday, it would be so helpful if we would just set alerts for the prior day high and low. That way, if we're not watching SPY or QQQ, we know if it's approaching it. It's very, very valuable information to know if SPY, for example, was holding Thursday's low while QQQ broke through Thursday's low. It doesn't make it so ominous on QQQ as long as SPY is holding. So you keep correlating the two. So that's just a tip that may work for you. Hang Seng is green overnight. DAX is red. Bitcoin is slightly weak here. Hourly EQ looks like we're breaking bear, 41948. Yeah, we're breaking bear slightly. Not a full bear break. 4-hour is sideways. I'm going to go over Mara right now because I have this percentage pulled up. Let me fix this. Approximately from the low of January 23rd to the high of January 27th, Saturday, we've moved up about 11%. Mara, approximately that same time frame right before the 23rd till now, has gone up almost 30%. It has gone up 30% if you count pre-market. So Bitcoin, let's go back and look at 11%, and Mara 30%. Do they have to be 1-to-1? No. But you'll see I have a bearish thesis on Mara saying we're ahead of our skis because we've been front running Bitcoin. And we have some bearish divergence here on the hourly chart. I am bearish Mara. So RSI made a lower high while price made a higher high. And the most likely scenario is a 2-day bear flag on Mara. So I'm going to get rid of this divergence thing so you can see it. You see this potential bear flag? So I am a bear on Mara today because, again, I think it's gotten out ahead of its skis and outrun Bitcoin, and I think there's some consolidation, and I love playing the correlation game. Last week, my favorite trades were SMCI and NVIDIA. SMCI would start pulling back, and NVIDIA would then follow, and then vice versa. They were leading each other. SMCI mostly was the leader, and I got some good trades off that. And so that's what I'm trying to do this week, because I think Mara, I know that Mara has outrun Bitcoin, and I'm looking for a top fish on that. Okay, back to Bitcoin. Hourly is sideways. We're losing the EMAs right now. Daily has made plenty of room for a higher low. Plenty of room. So Bulls are okay on the daily chart, even though EMAs are overhead. Ethereum, they have not necessarily made enough room for a daily high or low. Okay. Dollar is strong. Look at it above the hourly EMAs up here testing 103.729. Bears would love for this to be. This is going to be messy. Y'all don't judge me. Let me turn. Oh, the magnet's already off. Uh-oh, that's not good. Potential diamond bearish reversal pattern on the dollar if we can't break through 103.729. 103.729 will be important. Gold is strong, and gold is strong in light of dollar strength. So that is bullish divergence for gold for a change. We're up here testing 203.320, hourly uptrend, 4-hour uptrend, daily lower high possible relative to 2039, daily 50 MA overhead. We have a squeeze. Let's see if the bulls can finally get through this daily resistance and this daily 50 MA that's been causing a headache for 2 weeks. Oil, we got a weekly higher high, and now we're turning a little bit red, giving back those gains overnight from that big gap up. Hourly downtrend. Don't have a 4-hour downtrend yet. But that daily high is likely set. Now, where do we set the daily high or low? We have plenty of room for a daily high or low. All right, nat gas. It says down 24%, 22%. That's not right. We had a rollover this weekend. So if we look at spot, we're down almost 4%, testing 2318. Super weak. Super weak. Apple. Now, I'm going to talk out of both sides of my mouth. Apple is weak this morning. Do y'all see it? We're down near the low of Friday. We're below Friday's close, and we're down here testing the low of Friday. On the daily, a bull flag is still possible as long as we hold this 190 area. It's still possible, but Apple is the weakest of our, or one of the weakest in our high beta names. Amazon, we're up here closer to Friday's high than we are to Friday's low, so this is bullish. We are not in all-time high territory. Remember that. That was just a new 52-week high on Friday. Earnings on Thursday. We're holding the hourly EMAs. It's definitely more bullish than Apple. Nvidia, we're giving back a bit. Going sideways on the 4-hour. We have SMCI earnings. SMCI, this name. We have earnings today. So it could impact, it should and could impact Nvidia after hours. Remember that. So we're going sideways on the hourly chart, and we have a squeeze. Nvidia still looks strong. Tesla looks weak. We have potential 12-hour bear flag. You see how classic bear flag that is? News of these key personnel selling stock. 182.10 is your support, then 180.06. Then your next fib support is 177. Okay, on to Queen of the Mountain. All right, what y'all see on this chart? Y'all see what I like? Look at that high compression squeeze. And this is related to sports betting. And now that we have the Super Bowl contenders, we're going sideways in DKNG with a very high compression squeeze. I wish this daily were a little bit neater as far as that upper wick of profit taking, but this is still a potential daily bull flag if you just give a little grace to that upper wick. So this looks pretty explosive over 38.86. I like this for a long with the market cooperating. And I had a note, what are the major sectors doing? You need to ask yourself that every single day. What are the major sectors? You need to know them. So I'm going to copy this and put it in chat, in YouTube chat. XLK is the largest sector in S&P. Financials are now the second largest sector, then healthcare, then consumer discretionary. So y'all see my 8 grid. I know TCG members are used to my 8 grid. I've shuffled these according to the latest update. So now I have finance here. Excuse me. Yes, finance here, healthcare, consumer discretionary, then industrials, then communications. So we've had a complete shuffle of our top 6, except for XLK staying at the top. So what you need to do is just focus on these top three: XLK, XLF, XLV. Are all three of those at the high of day, or all three of those at the low of day? If all three are at the low of day, I would not be looking to go long. If all three of those are at the high of the day, I would not be looking to go short. Stay congruent with those top three sectors. And as long as my Louisiana math is right, this is over 50% of SPY's holdings are in these top three. That's all we need to worry about. We don't even need to worry about the rest of these. As long as these three are pulling the cart in the same direction, stay with that direction. You should be asking yourself before you take a trade, what are the largest three sectors of S&P doing? Am I in line with that, going with trend or against trend? Mara, I went over that why I'm looking short, bearish divergence. It's outrun Bitcoin. Microsoft, gap rules, looking for as long as Friday's high holds. Hourly squeeze. So what I'm looking at is this 406.17, looking for a potential long on a pullback to 406.17. Netflix, I'm looking for back burner watch. This thing is a monster, absolute monster. We're not at all-time highs, so RSI is slightly extended, but it's due to earnings and news. RSI is not as important. I would keep this one on back burner watch. You see, I have the first hourly alert set. 15-minute, I want that first 15-minute oversold, and 5-minute already set up. I need to go set it again. Tell me when the RSI gets to 30 on Netflix. Pins, yeah, hit that like button. Hello. Pins has a daily squeeze. You see it, how we're going sideways since December, so 6 weeks. 4 hour. Do y'all see it? Look at that high compression squeeze. So pins looks pretty powerful. I just hate the high of Friday is going to be hard to take out. And I wrote in my notes, this one may need time to set up. So I'm keeping this one on my watch list. I may not trade it today or tomorrow, but it may set up later in the week. We may need to just kind of work through this large range with an EQ first before we can go take out the high. Okay. I have time for just a couple requests. It is 6:46. Let's see. Uber. If you took a long, it looks good. Doesn't look bad, but if it loses $65, I'd be out. MD. I like CMPS for a back burner. MDAI had a big day Friday. This is still a mess of a chart. Lots of dilution. Be careful. What's the volume? Good volume. We're giving back a lot of this gap up. It's all about 333. That's Friday's high. And right now we're up. Whoop, that's not it. This one. Friday's high, we're opening up below it. You want to see the bulls get up and over 333 as soon as possible. As soon as the market opens, get up and over, and that would be a sign of strength. Anything below 333, bears are going to pounce. CMPS looks great. It looks really good. And big volume last week. Normally a lower volume name. Had double the normal volume on Friday. I have this one on back burner watch. I posted in chat this morning, so I'm looking for first 5-minute oversold during regular trading hours. I like CMPS. All right, my alarm's about to go off. I'm going to wrap it up. CHEM.UN. I know UN is the index, but I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I don't know which one you want. I apologize. You're welcome, Marvin. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Y'all have a wonderful day and use stop losses. And hit the like button, please. Thanks.